Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to Danganronpa, where I no longer have any freaking idea what's going on, but I'm loving it. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms. Yes, I mean, especially since you have the key, that makes it fair for all the rest of us, I guess?
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now, we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself. On the Togami blood flowing through my veins. Well, good luck to you, sir. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. I think you're on your own, Toko. He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. No, Toko. You're the one who's useless. You're the one who's useless. So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko? I hope she takes us with her.
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Koto, Hina, and me. Please don't tag along with me, hero.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too. Thank you.
Just a second.
Wait, how come? Probably because he's tired of you calling him stupid. You know, you're accurate in that, but that's probably the reason.
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm going to use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Yeah, because you could have totally done that at any time with your 30% accuracy. Which I'm honestly beginning to feel like is a really high estimate. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really going to go off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I would agree. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died.
Huh?
Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm going to go off and do it all on my own. Perhaps you should look for answers to the mysteries of the school instead of looking for a way out. Just a suggestion. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. Well, she's generally a very bubbly person. The only time she wasn't was right after Sakura died. And once again, it's just the two of us.
Indeed.
So you are going to let me accompany you? Seems so. So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However...
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Yeah, we search separately and then combine all of our findings to uncover the truth. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
Correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So, we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. Hey, I said the exact same thing. Almost in those exact same words. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. Okay, maybe that's the case. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school, though I think we would be better off just trying to prove the truth instead of deciding in our minds what we're going to prove. That leads to very biased decision making. There's a reason clinical trials are double-blind when properly conducted. And then we can all escape together. Alright. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. Well, that's a lie. He knew from the very start that it was Mukuro. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the bio lab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. And the second floor of the dorms? Aha, yes. Where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Oh, we got a checklist there. That's nice. Well, I have been wanting to get into the second floor of the dorms from very early on. So I am looking forward to that. Yes! Awesome. Stupid lock. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms. Which means I have to do it. Whoa. That's a lot of damage and looks like blood up there. Interesting that they're willing to show old blood as red when the censorship of the game shows fresh blood as a pinkish color. It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. There are lots of rooms. Looks like it's almost an exact mirror. There is a room there that's not blacked out. Looks like a bedroom. Is that corresponding to Makoto's room, or is that like the headmaster's room? Blood. Oh, lots of that stuff is blocked off. What is behind these walls? There are bathrooms. Looks like we can get most of the way that way. This is the girls' bathroom. Oh, Jesus, Makoto. Okay. Oh, nothing. Fish up here, too. Oops. Here we go. Yes, please. That's like an Eye of Osiris, right? An Egyptian thing? This is very weird. And is that drawn in blood? The giraffe coming out of a locker. This room is filled with lockers. There's metal plates blocking some of them too. It must have been for the Hope Peak students who came before us. Or faculty, since it said that this was the faculty floor. The class before ours must have used these lockers. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. Well, several lockers. There's no way to get it open. That is unfortunate. What are they trying to block in these lockers? Mono coins, apparently. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. Okay. I wonder if I can open this locker. It's locked. Could we take a piece of the rebar over there and pry it open? There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. I wonder if Kyoko's key can get in here, or if we can locate a key card, like a master key card. It's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Interesting. Unless these correspond to the rooms. I wonder if I can open this locker. Okay, yeah, you don't have to repeat this every time. Let's just whip out the handbook and see if it works. Not that one either. Alright, none of these lockers will open, and since it repeats the same tired dialogue every time, I'm not going to bore you with that. Okay. Check down here. First, there's one room. Looks like there's a card reader. Can we get into these? Okay, we can get in here. Well then. This room really doesn't feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
Oh. Hello, Kyoko. You scared the bejesus out of me. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. And that is? So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Do you think you could maybe help us get some lockers open? We'll talk to Kyoko last. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. There's 3 things here. It's hard to see. Okay, the desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. And he loved monocoins, apparently. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Oh.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. Really. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair?
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. How does that jive with what's going on here, unless it's just one member of the group? That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. Does it say what the tragedy actually is? They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete kirigiri failure. Oh, you're thinking this is your father. Behind Kyoko there, the wall, that looks like a secret door. The middle panel there is recessed. But any information about the headmaster is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair. Well, that's an ominous picture. Yeah, that looks like a secret door to me. What is this? Like a privacy screen? I guess that's a bed. Do we look at that first or talk to Kyoko? I'm going to talk to Kyoko first. Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She's probably hoping you don't blast her out for sacrificing you, though I'm pretty sure you're not going to, given your personality. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Okay, well, secret door. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something? No, and I don't know why you would have jumped to that conclusion.
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? Why are you so surprised? You've already found one hidden room. I think I might know how to open it. Then please do. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of a trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue as to what that password might be. Might I make a suggestion? And my suggestion is it's your name? Because your father didn't abandon you and still maybe even kept an eye out on you? And loves you? Or loved? As the case may be, he may not be alive anymore. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all of his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password.
Whew.
When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. Are you coming to the same conclusion as me? The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of or something she didn't want to think of. Yes. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. Yeah, she doesn't like to hear that, but I think we're probably right. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well?
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Here goes. What is this? Nothing. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that just might hurt Kyoko even more. Well, just try it, Makoto.
Hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. I don't think it is. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirikiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. What? That did it? Okay. We were correct. Kyoko, it worked.
why?
Because he loved you. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. I bet this room is all about the information he has on her. Kyoko! Yep. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? I figured it would be the picture back there. Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. What about the picture? I'd better check out that suspicious present before I do anything. Okay. Is it just all this stuff? So, the picture, the chest of drawers, the present, and the desk. And then Kyoko, of course. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Okay, that's cryptic. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? This is scaring me. Well, I guess it's too late now. I was going to say I was going to save, but we're in the midst of the action. Okay, I'm just going to open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and then took off the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... What? And you did scream. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. It's her father, isn't it? This was set up by Monokuma. This is Kyoko's father. He knew that she would find her way into this room. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. Looks like the cause of death was a blow to the head. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? It was wrapped up all night, so I would never have guessed what was inside. Human bones. almost certainly Kyoko's father. Kyoko said just as I thought. I have to find out what she meant by that. I'm pretty sure I know, but sure. Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. I'm sorry, Kyoko. Huh? What about him? It's him in the box, Makoto.
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? I think it's kind of obvious. How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. According to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. Yeah, but we didn't imagine that he was in a box. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns anyway. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume. Well, Alter Ego could have also been wrong about the headmaster being here.
in other words...
That most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. What? She never got in this room, Makoto. Plenty of chances is like the 15 seconds since we've been here. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I doubt it. It's probably a lot more complex than that. I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. So this is part of what we need for the trial then. Interesting. Will Makoto now let us examine everything else? Okay, same thing here. Picture, please. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of? Yes, it is. Hey, Kyoko. I know. It's okay.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. That's no good, Kyoko. The past is what makes us who we are. And yet, to now find something like this. So, what do you expect me to do now? I don't expect anything. Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I think you may have a misunderstanding of what actually happened. I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. Are you sure he did? Are you sure he wasn't forced out by the rest of your family? That's the whole reason I came here. And now, he's abandoned me again. I know that feelings aren't rational, Kyoko, but maybe you should take a minute. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Yes. There have been many, much worse fathers. Kyoko. Alright. Was not expecting this stuff to be useful for the trial. Is that it for this? Okay. Yeah, that is the same thing.
Why would you?
Chest of drawers. Filing cabinet? Doesn't look like a filing cabinet to me, but whatever. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff. I think we need to work past that and not worry about it.
Hey,
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. You're determined to think the worst of him, aren't you? He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind. People have to be free to live their lives, Kyoko. We shouldn't be bound by our families to follow in their lines.
now,
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I think you're being incredibly unfair. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Got a feeling we're going to find something in here that's going to really shake what she feels about her father. But if that's going to happen, it's going to have to be here, isn't it? The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but... Okay.
hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Yes, she's sure.
because
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... That looks like another handbook. Maybe we can use it to unlock all the lockers. It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
in other words,
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm very surprised that the mastermind left this here. Or maybe they just didn't even bother. I'm assuming that's what it is. think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. You say you're going to tag along with me now? Why don't you hold on to it? Thank you, I will. But Kyoko,
I
don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. No, I'm going to take it. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Yes, it's okay, Makoto, just take it. Okay.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? You can ask. I can't say for sure if I'll honor it, but you surely ask. What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. You want me not to tell the rest about your father? And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but
Hey,
could you leave? Oh, well, that is much more reasonable a request. Yes, I can leave. Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a bit. That's fine. You should do that. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. You know what? It's okay to not be fine. Do you know that?
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. Yes, it is, but there is a reason. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. No, that's very true. But it may shed light that you don't have all the facts about what happened that caused you to go through that. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Sure. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Yoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. I don't know if we can assume that. He could have already been dead, but I'm pretty sure they put him in the box. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... Right. I gotcha. It's a student. I mean, at least that's what we're being led to believe. 15 of us met in the main hall, and Mukuro. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Togo, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. And there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Who is the mastermind? Or like I thought about, like, loopholes about where they said that only students had walked in here. Maybe it's someone who can't walk. Or maybe they're actually not even in the school. They could... I think that if they had the technology to make Monokuma and use him, then they should have the technology to control all this from a separate site. Let's see if this handbook will open these lockers. That one's damaged, right? I wonder if I can open this locker. Same thing again. Are you going to try the other handbook? No luck. Wait, but what about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's room? Okay, let's give it one more try. Yes, thank you. Oh, I have to click it again. Fair enough. Maybe that will dispense with the dialogue at each locker from now on. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader and... Yay. Alright, just what I was hoping for. And now, let's see what we've got inside. That's a lot of stuff. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. That's a big assumption. Okay, so 3 interactables. Is this like a crystal ball? This is a crystal ball? Like what Hiro had? Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Okay. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. What the fuck is going on? But wait. Aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Really? What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? I can't imagine there's 2 Yasuhiros that have this much in common and aren't the same ones. The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? Well, this certainly sheds a little light on all those photographs we saw of previously killed students being together before we all woke up in here. Did we all attend this school? Previous to this, is Kyoko not the only one who's lost memories? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Okay. Interesting. So maybe we all were students here previously. Well, maybe not Makoto. Maybe Makoto's brand new. But we know for sure that Kyoko's lost memories. Very well stands to reason that the rest of us have lost memories as well. I took the emergency handbook and opened the locker. Now let's see what we've got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Yep. This thing is practically empty. What is this? There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Oh, this is Kyoko. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So, that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. Yep, this is definitely Kyoko. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko, it couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. She also said she hadn't gotten all of her memory back. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Oh. Okay. What does all of this mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about the whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What? I didn't have time to read that, and I didn't click the mouse either. What does it mean? I have no idea. I saw despair walks among us. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second, despair. Those are... At least the second despair is something Kyoko said to us. Okay. Guessing clicking on this isn't going to do anything, but... Okay, are we going to have to go through all this again? Okay, just the last part, that's fine. Alright. But the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers... I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in these lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. And a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. Okay, lots of revelations going on here. But I think that this episode has gone on long enough. So we will continue in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've liked the video. If you have, please leave a like below. It really does help tremendously. And hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.
Danganronpa.